So hi everybody, I'm going to do a little product comparison today rather than making a card. I got a pack of the new Bazzill Card Shoppe cardstock in the mail from Bazzill, and this is a variety pack. It has 2 of each of the colors. And this is a cardstock that's made for card makers. I thought what I would do is sort of compare to Paper Trey Ink cardstock and Paper Trey Ink colors because that's what I have the most of, just to kind of give you a comparison. So if you have that, you can look at this and tell what the difference in the product. It's a 100-pound cardstock, so it's nice and stiff to make cards with. I looked up on the Paper Trey Ink website, and I believe Paper Trey Ink cardstock is 110-pound, but honestly, the Bazzill feels a little stiffer than the Paper Trey Ink for some bizarre reason, but so they're pretty comparable to each other. They're about the same. It comes in 28 different colors, and they all have fun candy names. So let me just flip through here, and I'll kind of try to go over the colors. So there's some basic neutrals. So there's some basic black, and it's called Licorice Twist. Some basic white called Marshmallow. And this is a nice gray color called Rock Candy, which actually, and here's my Paper Trey Ink color chart, which it's not completely filled in, but for the most part, for our comparison purposes, it is. This is the Smoky Shadow from Paper Trey Ink, which I always think is so dark it's almost black. So this is a nice gray color, although it's more of a warm gray, but it's still like a lot lighter and more gray to me than the Smoky Shadow. So this is called Rock Candy, and then there's an even lighter sort of taupey gray called Taffy. So there's those two. Sorry, kind of don't have a lot of space here on my desk. Now this is like a chocolatey brown color, but it is not so reddish as the dark chocolate Paper Trey Ink. It's more of a taupey brown, but it's still a really nice color, and it is called Candy Bar. And then here is the next one up, the light. This is probably, I would say, the closest compared to a craft color, because there's not a craft color in this. But here's the Paper Trey Ink Craft, so they're pretty comparable too. It just doesn't have as much flex in it as this one does, or some other. I think Bazzill has a craft cardstock as well. That has a lot of flex in it. I'll have to search through and see if I can find that. I think I have a piece. So this is called Peanut Cluster, and it's a really nice brown color. And then there's an off-white color called Butter Mints, which is really pretty and almost exactly the same as Vintage Cream. And then there's 2 really nice purples, and actually I think this is where the Paper Trey Ink color palette is lacking a little bit. Their purples are Plum Pudding, which is really nice and dark. This one is a much brighter, like royal purple color than that. And then there is, oh, and this one, the dark royal purple color is called Jelly Bean. And then this lighter purple color is called Gummy Bear. Part of the reason I wanted to flip through the colors is because on the Bazzill color chart, you can tell that what's printed and what it is aren't exactly the same. What it actually is much brighter and much prettier. So this is Gummy Bear, and this is the lighter Paper Trey Ink purple, which to me almost looks pink, and so I'm really excited about this color as far as a cardstock goes, because it's really nice. Then we have our blues, and there's a family of 3 blues. So we have Whirly Pop, Gumball, and Icy Mint. And those are comparable to, I'd say, the Enchanted Evening, Blueberry Skies, and Spring Rain of Paper Trey Ink. And they're kind of close. I'd say this is a much prettier blue than the Enchanted Evening. And then obviously the Icy Mint is much lighter than the Spring Rain. And then these are sort of the aqua colors, which these are really pretty. I really love them. I want to do a card with like all three of the colors together. So this is the sort of aqua colored family here. And these colors are called Jawbreaker is the dark, Candy Necklace is the mid-tone, and Robin's Egg is the light. And those, I think you can compare those to the Hawaiian Shores and Aqua Mist of Paper Trey Ink. I really love Hawaiian Shores, but I think this Candy Necklace color is very pretty as well. So there is the sort of aqua colors. I think I'm going to take this half of the stack and move it out of my way. And then here is the green family. We have Gumdrop, Easter Grass, and Juicy Pear. I really like this Juicy Pear color. And what I do like about this, and I like the greens in the Paper Trey color palette, but these are really a lot brighter, and I really like that. I'm not a huge fan of ripe avocado. I think it looks kind of dingy and dirty. So I think these colors are much prettier. And I don't have pine feathers, so I can't really compare. I don't know. I think it's darker than this. And then we have the yellow color family here. This is a really rich gold color. This one's called Gold Coins. I guess like the little chocolate gold coins. This is Banana Split, and then this is Sour Lemon. I think that's really pretty. And we'll compare those to, I'd say Sour Lemon and Lemon Tart are almost exactly the same. Banana Split and Harvest Gold. I'd say Banana Split is somewhere between Harvest Gold and Summer Sunrise. And then this one doesn't. This one's darker than all three of them. But it's still kind of a nice yellow for maybe like a masculine card or something a little more vintagey colored if you didn't want the super bright yellow. But I think it's really pretty. And then there's some of the color families have 3 colors, some of the color families have 2. And if you look at the chart, they kind of have this gray line behind them, grouping them together. And this chart, I believe, is on the Bazzill website. I'll try and find it and put it in my blog post if I can. So there's 2 orange colors. There is Candy Corn and Circus Peanuts, which we'll compare those to Orange Zest and Terracotta Tile. I don't really know that they compare. I'd say, well, obviously just the Paper Trey Ink is darker, but I think this is a really beautiful orange color right here. The Circus Peanuts is really pretty. And then lastly we have the red colors. There's 2 sort of a red-ish family, and then there's 3 of like a pinkish family. So this is Peppermint, which I can tell you, I hope you can tell on camera. Peppermint is sort of darker, and then Wax Lips, which is very, very pretty bright red. And I'd say you probably need, looks to me like Peppermint is almost exactly like Pure Poppy, and then this is a little lighter and brighter. And a very pretty color. And then lastly, we have sort of the pink family here. We have Lollipop, which is the darker one. We have Candy Hearts, which is the middle one, which is very pretty. And then Cotton Candy is the lighter pink. And then we'll just quickly compare those to the Paper Trey Ink. Cotton Candy is much pinker, I think. This is Sweet Blush is much more washed out. And this is a very pretty pink. Hibiscus Burst and Raspberry Fizz. I guess they have more magenta in it, I suppose, than these do. Anyway, you can see the comparison here. These are really pretty. I hope it picks up on camera because they're really pretty in person. So that is the Bazzill Card Shoppe colors. That I actually do have some of the Hero Hues Layering Paper. I don't have every color, but I thought maybe I'd try to quickly compare those colors too. So if you have those in your stash, you can compare to the colors you have and see what these colors are. So I'll start with the yellow orangey group that I have. So this is Daffodil, Poppy, and Mandarin Hero Hues Layering Papers. And this is the gold coins, which again is that really vintagey sort of dark yellow that doesn't really go with anything. Let's see, this is Banana Split, so you can kind of compare. It's sort of between, well, I guess not between those two. It's a little darker than this one, I guess. Then what is that one? Poppy. And then this one is the Sour Lemon. It's pretty close to Daffodil, I would say. See, and here we have Candy Corn, which is much darker than all those. And then this is the Circus Peanuts, which seems to be pretty comparable to the Mandarin color. And then let's see what other... This is the sort of pool collection. So we have Shallows, Tide. I'm pulling them out of these folders I have them in because it sort of has a frosty finish on it. Robin's Egg. So you can kind of tell, I guess, it heads more towards the blue than the Hero Arts pool colored papers. And this one, Candy Necklace is, no, yeah, that's right, Candy Necklace. So it's much darker, and so then therefore that last really dark color that is called Jawbreaker is much darker too. But honestly, like, I don't know if you can see those. All those together make like a really nice color palette. These are the 3 Hero Hues, and then those are 2 are Bazzill. So the Hero Hues blush is Carnation. I hope I'm not going off camera. Punch and Grenadine. So we'll see here. We have, I believe this is the Peppermint one. So it's kind of a brighter red, but sort of in the same tone. And then this is the Wax Lips. So these have a more pinky. This is very red. And then here are, let's see, Lollipop. Lollipop is the dark one. Candy Hearts and Cotton Candy. So you can kind of compare. I'll flip them this way. So there's the Bazzill Pink Card Shoppe colors versus the blush Hero Arts layering paper. I have the purple ones as well. So I have Lilac, Iris, and Aberdeen, however you say that. Sorry that I don't really know. And I believe these are going to be very different than the purples in the Bazzill Card Shoppe because that dark purple is that very royal purple, so it's got more of a much more blues in it, and the Hero Hues papers are much more red toned purples. And then there is, so that's Jelly Bean is the dark one, and Gummy Bear is the light one. I don't have the blues, I don't have the greens, I have the neutrals. So I have Mocha, Latte, and Eggshell. And I'll just quickly compare those to, this one is Buttermints. I guess Eggshell has more brown taupey color than the Buttermints does to me. This one is Peanut Cluster, which, you know, has a different brown shade to it. And then this one is Candy Bar, which is much darker than any of the browns in the Hero Hues colors. So this is Taffy. This is sort of the light gray. So you can kind of see the difference between the Eggshell. Because I think the Eggshell color has sort of a dark color, not as bright creamy. But this seems to be even darker. And then this is the Rock Candy, which is sort of the same tone as the Mocha, but has more gray, and the Mocha has more brown. So there's some more color comparisons to the papers I have.